Hello, and welcome to the Needs Language channel. I'm really glad you're here today. I hope you subscribe below. Today, I want to take some time to honor Christine King Ferris. She died at the age of 95 last month, at the end of June 2023. He was very big on nonviolence, nonviolent conflict resolution, and I want to take time to honor her. I also want to talk about how she communicated and how powerful it was. My background is also in conflict resolution. I went to college and my bachelor's is around violent around conflict resolution. I studied nonviolent communication. Um, so I believe that we need to honor people who have sacrificed so much to create change in a positive way and who have stood up against injustices. And one of the things that I wrote about in my latest book, The World in Us, How Personalities Communicate and Connect, um, we had written about RCs. And when my editor came to me, she had said, "Cool, you wrote about a really negative RC in here, or a person who was demonstrating negative RCs, but you didn't write about, you said that there are positive RCs out here, but you didn't list any." And so I started to go through and look at different cultures and races and start to list a few people from other races that were RCs and how they impacted the world and spoke this. So when I'm talking about this, there are many different ways that we can wear identities. Like I can wear the identity I have brown hair. I can wear the identity that I have brown eyes. I can wear the identity of all sorts of things. And processing is another way of identifying yourself. And the way an RC processes the world a lot of times is there's a lot of strength behind it. And they can explain that why further. But an RC is about thinking what is the best way or the worst way, depending. There R is a very big problem solving. And C is about your environment wanting it to be or needing it. It's more about needing it a certain way. And there was a strength and a grace that when you would hear her speak or would follow her at any age she was at, that followed Christine. And she is one of those women that I believe ought to be honored through history. And that, again, a lot of times what will happen is, and I have this and I would love this to be a saying that we all, we all say, well, many times we'll celebrate Martin Luther King Day. We won't celebrate Martin Luther King Aunt Day or Martin Luther King's Sister Day or Martin Luther King Teacher Day or Martin Luther King Friend Day. But if it wasn't for those people who came around Martin Luther King, he wouldn't have been able to do the things he did. And if it wasn't around the people who came after him and continued, he wouldn't have been able to do the things he did. And the legacy wouldn't be continued. And so in this moment, I'm honoring Christine for continuing that legacy and continuing to hold that torch. And in celebration of her life. And it's a little later than when it happened in June. And I know there was a ceremony they put on YouTube, but that legacy creates freedom for many people of many people who have dealt with being underrepresented. And so I just want to honor that legacy in this moment and say that no matter what way you process the world, no matter what need you have, that you can do incredible things. You can speak into people's lives and create change that can impact the world, that can last for generations after generation. So on that note, thank you, and I hope you subscribe and have a great day.